Good morning, everyone. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks
How
for
you
having
doing?
us. Awesome.
Doing great.
Mike
Good.
and Nicole are here. They are from the house that social media built. That is so cool. What a cool concept. I'm just like so into this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For a variety of reasons. But why don't we start off with maybe just introducing folks to what the House of Social Media Built is all about.
Do you want to?
No, you go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
So I am a real estate agent, and Mike is a real estate investor, and it's been about 3 years now since we've started it, and it really sort of started out as a way for me to help market his property for sale.
Okay.
So instead of waiting for the house to be done and then doing all the usual real estate things, I decided to try to get a following so that when the house went on the market, there was sort of like this frenzy, so that people would feel like they needed it.
It was really her way of saying, I hate what you're doing. I want to do it, but I'm going to put this little twist on it.
Well,
Clever.
I
it's
mean,
pretty
the
much
tile
true.
he was picking was horrible, and the wall color. So,
Oh, thanks.
but again, and that was again 3 years ago. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram have been around forever, but I feel like the market was shifting in that direction, and Facebook was like the way to go.
Yeah.
So he was super hesitant at first, just because he thinks he's a little bit of like a control freak. But
Now I run the
I
show.
can see that. No,
Oh,
I'm kidding.
wow. Yeah.
What?
He's very humble, too.
Wow, she already knows you. She's only been sitting here for
Wow.
like 2 minutes. That's amazing.
Great.
And you
We got,
must
how much time do we have?
It's so funny. So now, again, I mean, it's turned into an incredible, really, community for us. We have some loyal fans and some loyal followers that come to all of our parties. People love sharing, their ideas, or if we happen to pick like a front door color that they have on their house, they love sharing it. So it's really turned into this really nice sort of community platform for everybody to share and
Right.
participate. Really,
We hit at the right time, too, because everybody you see on television and social media, everybody wants to have some fingers into flipping houses. And so we're basically giving our followers that opportunity to flip a house without their own money.
Right.
They get to pick what goes in the house.
Well,
and-
that's the biggest thing too, is that because we I hate to use the word expose, but because we expose all of the products that we're using, they can 100% access all of it.
Right.
So it's not like you're watching on HGTV, like, oh, I wonder what that was. Like, we're telling them the items, we're telling them where to find them, so that if they want to go out and purchase them for their homes, they have
it's
direct
easy.
access. Yeah.
And it's entry to mid-level
Yeah.
market that we're in anyway.
Okay.
So it's something that everybody can afford.
That's
Right.
so cool.
Yeah.
So you find properties, and all of your previous renovations, they're all in Connecticut.
All of
right?
them are in Connecticut.
There,
Yep.
yeah.
So you find a property that you're going to renovate, and then you basically kind of crowdsource, right? You rely on your audience to
Right.
pick what this renovation is going to look like.
Right.
Right.
It's
Yes.
so cool.
It's fun. It's a little nerve-wracking at times because
It's brilliant.
it could take so many different turns depending on what they vote on. So Mike and I really are unable to pick like future votes until
I see.
current votes happen.
It's important, yes, because you don't want this thing to look like a zebra when we're done. So
Right, right.
I like zebras though.
you do?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
look
what
like a
about,
zebra today.
lime green walls or something? That would be fun.
I mean, yeah, have there
In
been
my house.
situations?
We have some controls on this, so
Well, yeah,
we
that-
give them the three choices.
You
Yeah.
give them the three.
Yeah.
Right.
But are there times where, like, you're like, oh, I hope they don't pick that. And
All
then,
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Because what we try to do is sometimes they're not necessarily our 3 top options, but we really don't want our followers to think that we're like doing light blue, dark blue, medium blue. So we try really hard to give like 3 very distinct different options. And sometimes we have to just throw like a random option in there just so that it comes across differently. And
Yeah.
you just cross your fingers and hope that they know that it's just like a
That's very
like
cool.
a throwaway.
The
but-
one we learned on one house, I won't say which house it was, the order is really, really important. As
the
to,
order.
yeah, we put in the floors.
The
or-
order of things going in. I thought you meant the order of the vote. I'm like, the order of
Well,
the
the
vote.
order of things going in related to the vote. So I can't
yeah.
remember if we put in cabinets first or the floor first. And once the two things got together, we were like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
they picked the
we screwed
wall.
up.
They picked the wall color, and then we did the floors.
Yeah.
But the problem was we didn't have the wall color up on the wall, so we didn't even realize that it didn't match until.
So we had to create an
yeah.
accent wall. We had to like fix it.
Okay.
But it was
But-
fine.
yeah.
So there are
the
some
cabinets.
hurdles.
Talking about the cabinets. Yeah. Okay.
bet.
Yeah. So
Well, that's, like, to your point, it seems like DIY kind of projects and home renovations are so popular right now.
Right.
You're constantly looking for inspiration. Some people, have an easier time with it, and other people really struggle. They want their home to, to be improved, right? Maybe to increase the value if you're thinking about selling it, or just retain the value of
Absolutely.
the home, right? And so here you have this really cool idea where you can be so involved in the home. I have to imagine that people that are voting on these ideas almost feel like it's their house that
That's
they're
my
building.
favorite
And
part.
that's
redoing,
yeah.
right?
I mean, because when they finally get to come through the house at the end, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's walking through like, oh, I voted on that, I picked that, or
Yeah,
I didn't
they're
pick that,
touching
but I
it.
like it. Yeah.
Right.
So
We throw a huge reveal party at the end.
yeah.
So we get 500-600 people come, and they're all like going to the house, talking.
Very cool.
They meet each other.
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't like that.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I urge you guys, if you're interested, to go to the website, thehousethatsocialmediabuilt.com, and look at the before and after photos, because they are really incredible.
I love before and after photos.
Yeah,
Yes.
to see
Favorite
them
thing about
side
flipping
by
houses.
side.
And everybody,
Yeah.
I feel like on Instagram likes.
It's just, it is so
too.
cool.
Yeah.
We're really excited to be partnering, with you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
I think this is just so great. I want to talk about what you have coming up
Sure.
in the next couple months, because this is really exciting and it's for a great cause. So I'm gonna let you guys
Go ahead.
take over.
So right now we have partnered over the last several months with St. Jude Research Children's Hospital out of Memphis in their Dream Home.
The St. Jude Dream Home Showplace.
We fumble this all the time.
Yeah.
So it's the Dream Home Showplace, and what Nicole and I have done is we've taken the House of Social Media Built, it's the exact same platform, and overlaid it on a build for St. Jude's with 2 build partners down in Texas in College Station.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is obviously build awareness for the house so that we can build the house at zero cost.
Okay.
Because if we can get it at zero cost, then once the house is sold, 100% of the proceeds can go to St. Jude
That's wonderful.
Children's Research Hospital. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in a program they have all over the country. They raise about $40 million a year doing, building and selling these
Yeah.
houses. And their main purpose and cause is so that the kids can go there. There's no cost for their health care.
Right, I know.
There's no cost for their families for food or shelter when they go and stay.
Or like the eye doctor. I mean, they
It's-
cover everything.
right.
Dentists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
room
we've
and
flown
board.
down to Memphis we've taken a tour of the hospital. It's really, really
It's
an
amazing.
amazing thing.
Yeah.
that
I
they're doing
bet.
for the
I
kids.
bet. I always see, the ads. I've never
Well,
been
it's
there in
it's
person,
yeah.
but-
I mean, it's I don't know if you have kids, but then having kids, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, like mine are healthy, and
Oh gosh,
but
I
you
know.
just like you would hope that like if your child does get ill, that there's people there to like support you and help you. And again, their main focus is to make sure that the parents can take care of their children and not worry about the bill.
about
Yeah.
bills, because that can be so incredibly expensive. So wonderful organization that you guys.
Very
decided
nice.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
It's been
Partner
fun,
with,
and our
yeah.
followers have been really enjoying it. And
I bet.
now that we're in Texas, we've been able to sort of get a little bit more of a spread, which is fun because then we're finding out what they
Yeah.
like, and
Right.
sort
Yeah,
of
it's a
what-
totally different
Yeah.
building environment
Yeah,
down there.
but it's
This-
fun.
It's so
It's
cool.
fun.
and
yeah.
I bought boots when I went last time.
Oh Lord.
See that?
He bought them
That
and
was even on camera.
and
Nice
then
job.
and then cut them and then
Well,
cut
not to
them.
talk about
You
that.
cut them.
They were too big. I have skinny jeans and they were too wide.
Skinny
so
jeans, right? Because they were skinny jeans. Down there.
DIY'd his own footwear.
He did.
Yeah, there
He
you
did.
go. It never ends. So
Yeah.
you guys are looking for a location right now?
We have a house.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We have.
I know. I have to tread lightly
yes,
here.
we
I
are
don't wanna-
treading
I don't
lightly.
want to dig too deep.
We are gearing up though for the spring. We will be closing on the house very soon, and then we
Oh,
will
so
start to give our
exciting.
followers some hints as to where we will be
Yes.
in Connecticut next.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, we're excited.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So for someone that's tuning in and hasn't, heard of the house that social media built, what kind of information can they pick up along the way if they're, sort of interested, maybe not that knowledgeable about renovations, home improvement, upping the value of your house? What can they expect to kind of learn?
So we have actually started writing some blogs.
Oh, wow.
So along with our votes now, we're trying to go a little bit more in depth to those types of things that you mentioned.
Okay.
Because obviously it's one thing to just offer out tile or to offer out oven choices, but to actually give our followers a little bit more information as to what induction is, and what is the benefit of maybe electric over gas, or what kind of tile should you put in a master bathroom as opposed to a backsplash.
Right.
We were finding that we were having sort of like a missing link there, so we are outfitting sort of our Facebook page and our website to have informative things like that, so it can go a little bit deeper, so you're not just
That's great.
looking at the pretty sparkly things that we're presenting. We can actually give you a little
Right,
bit of behind the scenes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it too, because we're on site every week and filming. So there's a lot of times where we're filming live right from the beginning, from when we start demolition all the way through to the end. So they can see the progress each week. And there are times when we
And
talk
the
about
mistakes we make.
plenty of mistakes.
Right. Because those, I mean, that happens all,
All the time.
They can
Yeah.
see us arguing.
Yeah. Well,
You too?
No, but we are we're always moving walls, adding walls, so they get to see how the structure's done. And a lot of people, sometimes on HGTV, you don't see a lot of that. So
Right.
It's all cut out.
it's a lot of it's cut out because they have to speed it up.
Yeah. Because
Our
they have
builds-
to worry about that.
3
Yeah.
months typically. So over a 3 month period, they're going
Right.
to get to see a lot of really, we're rebuilding foundations, we're
Right.
putting in septic systems, and that's all on our Facebook
You see
page.
it all,
You see it all.
and-
and
get some
and like
practical.
and much like this though too, it's happening live. So if you have any like questions, it's not like that happened months ago. It's like happening at that moment.
It's real
so
time. Yeah.
if you have anything that like you're questioning like while we're doing it, or if we are live somewhere, or hey, what color is that on the wall again? We can interact with our followers like
Very cool.
immediately.
They message
too.
us constantly,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah, I bet.
occasionally will do similar to this setting. We'll do an Q&A. It could be related to what we're doing, the bigger scope or that specific house. So it's fun. Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
Wow.
So I mean, obviously, would love to come back and keep on.
Yeah, no,
If there's any
I-
things that anyone really wants to talk about or hear about, like
I'm
we're
so
here to
excited.
answer.
Yeah, for your next venture. Just really quickly, just to get the information out, folks can vote on these different, I guess it's step by step, right? So you start at
Yes,
one point
we do.
and-
Yeah, and the votes really sort of happen kind of in the order that needs to happen for a build.
Okay.
At least for design purposes,
Got it.
because a lot of things sort of build off of others.
Okay.
Right now, where we are voting is in the kitchen. Sort of, we're
Okay.
outfitting the kitchen right now at the St. Jude house.
I see.
So
I see.
that's the step that we're we're in the middle of a vote right now with Bosch.
Got it.
We're voting on actually ovens, which is why
There
I've
you
mentioned
go.
inductions and
Yeah.
all. So, I mean, we sort of work our way through rooms. We don't always hit every room because, gosh, that would take forever.
And that house is new construction, so the timeline's
okay.
a little bit different on the
Right.
build part, and it's fun to learn that because we don't do a lot of new construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to get involved, you accept the voting on Instagram and on Facebook,
Yep.
right?
Correct.
Yep.
Those
That's
two
right.
are your
Primary,
platforms.
yep.
Wow.
It's easily
Yeah.
accessible. So.
Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
there.
it's so, especially now, I mean, you've got a great cause behind this this future build of yours, but just to get some inspiration.
For
you know?
sure. Oh, well, and we're inspired by people all the time
I
too.
bet.
I mean, even just partnering with all these wonderful like manufacturers that are
Yeah.
approaching us. We get to learn sort of what's coming in tile or what's happening
Right.
in carpeting or new paints that are coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really
We're
fun to sort of.
constantly funneling through
That's
like
great.
images to for the latest trends, and we'll probably send 4 or 5 Instagram messages with photos of like
Yeah.
something we like.
Right.
It's usually I don't know why, but it's usually a bathroom. Sometimes it's a kitchen, but it's usually a
Yeah,
bathroom.
or an
No, I love
exterior,
it.
but it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
and then we get to just sort of introduce like the
Right.
latest trends to,
Right.
and kind of get people to know where you can find them. And it's fun to see too if even people like the newest trends.
Yeah. What works and what doesn't.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, there's been a few times where we thought that we were definitely going in one direction, and it just our followers didn't.
Yeah.
Which is really great too, because he's a renovator and does multiple homes. It's always good to know what the mass is like too, so that when you are sort of, you said before, like this crowdsourcing.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're trying to sell a house to find out what the majority of the people like,
Right.
so that you know that that's what you go in the house if you're
Sure.
then going to be like.
We try
trying
to
sell
push
it.
our followers in one direction on one house. It was with the was it brass?
Oh no, we
And they
didn't push
pushed back.
them.
Well,
we
we
offered
did.
it.
We tried
offered
to,
it.
and they like, nope, we're not doing that.
But
But in the next house, we
yeah.
just put it in. We didn't
See.
give it. We
Yeah.
didn't give it as a vote.
And then
next
it didn't
time.
sell.
What? Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
No,
Madhouse.
other one down the street.
Oh, but that's a different house. That wasn't a social media house.
But
Madhouse
that
sold.
insight that you're gathering, I mean,
Oh,
for
it's
someone who's maybe
huge.
thinking about putting their home on the market
Absolutely.
and wants to, maybe switch a couple things out, do something different.
Absolutely.
You're seeing what the majority of the people
100%.
involved
It
here
is so
prefer.
cool.
Yep.
And
We-
what would sell, I would
Or
imagine.
if you just have, and I don't mean to like this rudely, even if you have like bad taste or you're not comfortable making like big decisions
Yeah, you're
like that.
indecisive.
Yeah, I mean it's a great way to just be like, cool, like that's what they like, or oh, look how beautiful it looked,
Right.
when I finally got to the house or saw it in that picture.
Yeah.
It's super helpful to help people like, again, make those decisions or get them off the fence of just finally committing to
And we use them too. On our webpage, we have a page called Beyond the Build,
Uh-huh.
Beyond the House, and we put a lot of the designs into other houses that we're building at the same time.
I see.
So it just doesn't go to waste. We might take the one that came in second we try it, and
Yeah.
it's been very, very successful, and we learn a lot from it. So
That's awesome.
Well, so we have to start wrapping up, but I want to ask a question from one of the people tuning in. What's the hardest room in the house?
The
do you
hardest
find?
room to renovate or to outfit.
It's like to outfit, just like to come up with ideas for people to vote on,
To
for
furnish
it to look
maybe,
good,
or, yeah.
you know.
I think for me it's the bathroom.
I was about to
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean there's just so many different options and your floor tile is different than your shower tile, and then your countertop, and then your lighting, and do you want a wall sconce? Do you want like a ceiling
Right.
light? Do you
So many
want
details.
right? And then like you want your master to be different than the kids' bath, and then it's
Yeah.
I mean, but then you're like, oh, I love the Carrara marble, but like it's like not very durable, but like it'll look pretty, So what do you think?
I would agree with that, but I think it's going to flip to the kitchen
The
because
kitchen,
if
that's-
you
yeah.
watch what's trending right now in appliances, there are so many color options. So for the last 15, 20 years, it's been stainless steel.
Right.
Well, now there's dark stainless, there's black stainless, there's
Ah.
white and stainless. So it's going to be difficult as a builder to put out
Very
a product
interesting.
there's so many options coming out right now. If you go to a local appliance store, you'll see it.
Okay. So you guys kind of you can kind of forecast the
It's hard.
trends?
It's really
It's
hard
really
to
hard.
know because I mean, there was even that one time there was that white ice.
We put it in one
and
house.
and nobody really liked
Nobody-
it. So it's but again, it's just like people just like their stainless. I think that's just because what they've always wanted. But
I'm just so
yeah.
fascinated by the instant feedback that you
Oh,
get.
it's
hot
incredible.
or not, move
Yes.
on. I mean, that's
Move
just
And, you know,
what
the
it
funny
is,
part-
right?
People don't hold back.
no,
They
no.
Not
tell
on
us
social
what's on
media.
their mind.
No, they do not.
No.
No, they do
They
not. But
certainly
we love
don't.
that. I mean, there's people that will, say like
I'd be like,
D, none of the above, and we're like, okay,
like,
like at
Nicole.
least they voted.
Yeah.
Take that off the page. You're like, no, we can't take it off the page.
No.
Yeah.
So there they sit.
Yeah.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
mine
see it all.
would be the bathroom to answer the question.
bathroom.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
me.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That was fun.
All right. Is it time to wrap it up?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Nicole, Mike, thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank you so
for
much. This is fun.
stopping by the
Thank you.
social check-in. I'm so excited for your next venture.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Us
we
too.
are
That's awesome.
And we'll be checking in with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
over the
we'll be
course
here
of the
regularly.
month.
So
Absolutely.
Yep.
So,
definitely lots of topics to go over. We're excited.
House.socialmediabuilt.com. Check out the before and afters.
Yes.
Check them out.
They're amazing.
Have a
Thank
great day,
you.
everyone.
Thanks.